sorry, what?
Welcome back to Mondays Are a Mother. I'm your host, Kaylin, and if you're new here, welcome to the space. Last week, we talked about being lost in the in-between, taking action steps to put yourself first. I talked about some small town mystery that we have here and putting a spotlight, hopefully, on what happened to Mr. Chase. I have to say this because it is important to kind of recap on that last week, is that if you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, please speak up and say something. We're here for you and we love you, and you matter. You matter to me. You matter to your family. You matter to your loved ones. Don't believe anything that some loser tells you. This week, honestly, guys, we're going into Thanksgiving. We're going into spaces, maybe, or we're hosting. And I don't know about you, but I'm really getting my groove back. And this is the no bullshit edition of what that is, what that feels like, and where I'm going with that. I will say the putting myself first has been amazing. In a week's time, I feel like I have accomplished more than I have in the past. I know I'm taking a lot of pauses, but I really want to be sure that I get this out here, is that putting my oxygen mask on, life jacket, whatever you want to call it, has been awesome. I committed to every day taking like at least a 5-minute shower. For some people, that's like a duh, but for some, it's a difficult task. Whether it's just like a quick wash, whatever the case is, just taking the time to specifically put aside for me was something that was necessary and needed. I work so many jobs. I literally work so many jobs, and going back into school, doing this full time, and also Ethan, love my sweet boy, is in his school's play coming up. So adjusting to that schedule, and with everything else this week, Ezra broke his ankle. There was some family drama, not in particular one-on-one, but just a lot of circumstantial things that I personally have zero control over and can't offer a solution to. That does kind of suck. But again, I had to say, let me not do too much. Let me continue to move as if it's already been worked out. And with a little 5-minute shower that I would do for myself, I really found that the shower, putting on a fresh pair of clothes, and kind of pushed me more to start focusing on doing my hair, having my skincare, and I don't know, I just feel prettier. I feel better. That was a little goal, and with that, keeping that up, keeping that momentum, it has helped me shift a little bit of I am so high value. I value myself. Putting yourself just a little bit higher, or giving yourself some of the things that you're lacking surrounding you, is affirming to be a little more selective, right? I do have to say also with that, I've been learning to say no more. I'm not accommodating people's feelings anymore or making them feel comfortable just because they feel upset at my reaction for their bad behavior. I've been super into I'm just not putting myself in that position. That's been huge. Hey, I'm not going to continue to repeat myself. That's silly. You heard me the first 6, 7, 8 times I told you that I didn't like that shit. So for you to keep doing it shows me that you don't like me or respect me, so I need to remove myself. Thanks. The temperature's too cold in here. Nope. I don't need a jacket. I'm gonna go somewhere that I like to be with a better climate. Thanks. Somewhere warm, welcoming, and inviting. And also, with that, it has been a little bit lonely. In being selective and being more aware, I did decide, I'm a little scared, but drum roll, I did decide to put myself back out into the dating field. I just casted my net. Hinge seems to be my spot. I get like the most likes ever. Unfortunately, I do also get a lot of yucky people. I get the same guy every single time I create an account, and he says the exact same line, and it says, "Thanks for helping me and my buddy," or don't tell me that I literally just forgot it. "Thanks for helping me win a bet against my buddy." And it's the exact same. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, that's so lame. Um, this time I changed up my profile, and I also intentionally did not show my tattoos. That seems to attract a very odd male audience. As if they can just say the yuckiest, most foul shit to me. I don't know what it is, but it's no matter the app or no matter the scenario, men, for some reason, and I can't stand that I'm attracted to them. I swear it has to be a disability. Like, I want to know at what point I can file for benefits to being this slow. Like, being, like, honestly, being attracted to men has got to be some form of self-harm. Like, is it? I don't know. Anywho, it's up there. It's up there with bipolar. But, I digress. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. But, unfortunately, it has just attracted some yuck. So, I typically, or not typically, this time I decided to change it up a little bit. I did answer the questions a little differently, and with this, I'm gonna be starting a series called Hinge Horrors. Oh yeah, you better believe I am. So make sure you've got your Alani or your Cherry Pepsi or Diet Coke ready for that, because the amount, yeah. I think for as long as I am on it, I am going to start, I'm gonna try to read 2 or 3 a week and see what I can find. I know there's gonna be 2 or 3 a week. Like I said, I see the same guy who's giving me the same line each time I've made a profile. And I have done it 3 times. This is my 3rd time. The first 2 times were to be funny, and I did meet Mr. Carter, and that is a fear of mine, that I will see him again, or that we'll swipe each other or something, because I don't want to repeat patterns. Like, that was not me. But I do have an update on that that's kind of humorous. So with Instagram, it kept offering me to like verify me or whatever for like 4 cents. I don't fucking know. It just would not leave me alone. So I just hit okay, and it unblocked almost everyone that I've ever blocked. And I had to go through and block people that I knew I didn't want contact with. Oh my God. Not anybody in particular, or I don't think I reblocked him, but some people that were necessary in my healing to remove from any form of social media, I did have to like re-go through and block, and I was like, ew, gross. But anywho, I digress. All of that being wrapping it up there with that little update, it's a little scary because I want to be the kind of gal. No, I don't. I don't want to be the kind of gal that just is a casual sleeper. I feel like I have to know your grandma before I can be intimate with you, or at least know your deepest childhood trauma, which is, again, something that I did appreciate about the Mystery Man. I had been with the same person for so long, and to be able to not be with anyone for a long time and then to transition from that to being with someone who um, I knew on such an intimate level, it was easier for me, I guess, to say. But it turns out love bombing and false promises work just as well. They clearly. So now that I know that, I just am going to be a little bit more cautious and aware. I haven't had too much experience in the casual department because of my serial monogamy. And not to say that like that's a bad thing. I'm envious. If I could be the gal that does not feel soul tied every time I sleep with someone, babe, I'd be slinging out of both pants legs on the sidewalk. Let me get my rocks off, like, excuse me. I'm sorry if you're listening, Dad. No, he's not. But still, I don't know of a time that I've ever in my life said, like, this is going to work out casually. I tried to have a casual fling. Well, actually, as you know, I did try to have a casual fling with a mystery man, but I fell in love with him. Like, that was, you can't know someone on an intimate level and not, when you cross that boundary, feel that connection. So for me, it's difficult because I feel like I don't know, I feel like if I'm going to see you naked, then I am going to want to at least hang out with you, or, it would be cool to be your emergency contact, but I don't, um, but I did try once to have kind of a little casual fling with another business owner. I won't give too much information because we live in such a small town, and I obviously am a girl with needs. I think we all are girls with needs. No, JK, but we all have needs, right? So I thought, let me just kind of put my feelers out there, and I caught a little gray. I say a stray, but he's old, so that's whatever. But caught me a little gray, and I figure the scales were even, not necessarily my type. I like, if you know me, you know me. I am very into someone taller than me. I like a thick man, gotta be two something to do something around here. Which, okay, please know, let me calm down. I'm not out here putting a radio ad out for my type, just so we're aware. I just, for context, so that way no one is thinking that there's some mystery here. This person, not necessarily my type. Anywho, had a casual encounter. I'm thinking, okay, let me just go on about my biz. Then they invited me out, and I was like, oh, how nice. They came out to lunch. How sweet, asked me what I was looking for. I thought, how cool, like somebody with some intention. I like this. And then they told me they're looking for a little bit more than that. And they're, not minding if it's going to take me a little bit, but they are, a little patient. I'm thinking, damn, okay, maybe I do need to settle down with a man with an AARP card. Like, maybe those senior discounts will be more of a benefit than I even realized. One night he like invites me up to where he is, I have to be so careful with what I say because of the fact that we live in such a small town. So he invites me to like where he is, and then I'm like, oh, cool. Well, I'm free. Sure. I mosey on up there, and do you know he acted like he didn't know me? I acted like I was just anybody and everybody. I was like, oh, okay, well, you know that I am a single mom with 3 kids, so if I only have 45 minutes on a random fucking Tuesday, you better at least embrace me when I walk in the door, you know? Like, act like I didn't just put on a fucking push-up bra for this. My God. So, once that happened, I knew immediately something was off, and lo and behold, he puts his phone down on the table, and was in a Facebook message exchange. I don't know if he was like responding to old gal's story or she sent him a picture, but he hearted it and then sent her a bunch of hearts. And I was like, okay, you invited me up here to, I guess, see this? So I was like, my bad. I don't really know why you wasted my time, but that was weird. I didn't make a scene. I just moved on. Have not had any intention of encountering this man again. I won't even go to the establishment because I'm like, no thanks. I actually don't like food anymore, or I don't like that anymore. I had to be careful. So anywho, and then as of late, just hits me up out of nowhere. I don't necessarily know what for, but did ask to take me to the beach. I was like, for what? Like, you did all that to me, so you obviously don't like me, babe. Actually, you can go hang out at Ormond Beach with the other retirement folks. Like, I'm gonna stay and have fun with my family. That's really, like, I don't have time to entertain that. So that's what happens when I attempt to do something casual. It becomes this weird thing where I have to reassert my boundaries because they're even at that old age trying to treat me like shit. Excuse you? No way. I cannot. No, I have so much to offer. And I hope and pray that when you speak about yourself, that you really look at all the things that you are and what you have accomplished. I was and always pretty much have been a single mom. 3 kids since I was 16. I graduated high school by the skin of my teeth. But I graduated my college with a 3.8 GPA on my associates and going with payouts for my master's. I own my house. Well, I don't own it. Midland Mortgage owns it, but I mean, I'm paying them. So, I'm doing the damn thing. And the fact that somebody would want to be like, oh, do you have time to entertain someone? Or think that I'm going to entertain bullshit? Absolutely fucking not. No, thank you. That's not my cup of tea. That's for somebody else. So, no thanks. So moving on from that and getting my group back, that switch was really just me deciding enough is when I started treating myself the absolute best. Giving myself time for me, knowing that just even mini moments of self-care, it doesn't have to be this big thing, but these little moments, like taking 10 minutes to cut back my cuticles so I can take another 5 minutes to put on some press-on nails, or making sure that I put some hair oil in to encourage hair growth, or hey, setting a reminder to take my vitamins because my hair, skin, and nails need it just to build consistency and that trust back in myself. I am not continuing to accept less than what I deserve. Like, in my spirit, I tell you guys, like, I can't. Like, what's not for me is not for me, and I'm not going to sit at tables that don't serve food that I like. No. Like, what do you mean you're literally not even going to serve me the bare minimum? That's what? So I encourage you for this Thanksgiving, if your plate is not even the bare minimum, say no thank you. Give it back to the chef. Absolutely not. Can I also say that what will additionally help you is letting go of what drains you, like emotionally, physically, and professionally. Professionally, I have been taking on too much and accommodating customers that even when I offer corrections, refunds to avoid drama. I had a girl who asked for a cake, and then later on she doubled the size of the cake, and then after doubling the size of the cake was upset about the coloring after I offered to correct it, waited until they got home at 9 p.m. to tell me that there was an issue with the coloring. And after I offered to fix it, it was still just like, oh, well, also, after I offered to fix it, then it was that 2 cupcakes out of I think it was like 48, didn't rise. And then it just, everything was different. After I was like, hey, I'll fix that, it was, oh no, it's fine, thank you. And then, oh no, I don't like it. And instead of me saying, well, I gave you the opportunity to fix it, allow me to fix it, and if not, then I don't know what to tell you. I just ended up refunding it because I was like, wow, like, this is insane for you to do this at 10 o'clock at night when I've already offered to fix it. And now, what? I don't know. That hurt me. That hurt me professionally. That hurt me where I know my worth is more than that. My quality is better than that. And I had so much on my plate. I just wanted it to be over. And that was wrong. Should have done that. I should have said, hey, when I asked you if I could fix it, you said it was fine. It's 10 o'clock. I'm exhausted. You saw that I've been doing cakes all day. You saw I posted 14 cakes. What the fuck? But now I know, like, that's it. That's it. No more bullshit. And with the bullshit, can I tell you, like, you have to, like, call out situations where you've given too many chances. Like, I thought about this as I've been recording and going back and editing episodes. I remember thinking about and talking about times where I spoke up for myself and relationships ended, but I still allowed them back into my life, even though they did not show me their behavior changed, but just because they showed back up and picked me. And that's where I abandoned myself because I knew better. I recognized patterns, and that was a big thing for me because I just wanted to have peace and wanted them in my life. Often we have to identify patterns of self-abandonment for the sake of peace. Like, when you abandon yourself in consistent behaviors or tolerate behaviors that don't serve you, you're going to have chaos in your heart and in your mind. You're going to continue to feel out of control because you're constantly asserting your boundaries and people who don't respect you aren't listening. And then you feel like the bad guy because you're reacting all the time. That's because you're not in the environment that you're supposed to be in, or something's wrong with your environment and you have to remove it. Because it's like a cancer. If you feel like you're never going to please someone or appease someone in your life based on your existence, that's not the person for you. That person doesn't like you and you feel it. Believe it. Move on. Cut it out. And be grateful that you know it and that you see it and you understand it. When I started seeing Ashton with onward progression and talking about things that were happening and my reaction, and then I honestly thought I was going insane. I wasn't. It was called gaslighting. It was called reactive abuse. And that was difficult. But it was necessary to call it what it was so I could change the behavior and remove myself from situations that didn't serve me. Thank God. Now, action steps are gonna be your best friend. Honestly, I was thinking back, looking back, making notes, and I thought I the only way to be my best self and to have my group back was these things. And I was being cute earlier and I was like, oh my God, look, this is our 1-2 step. Yeah, no. All right. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you and give you a little 6-count step of things that help me be my best self. And I know they're going to help you be your best self. I'm becoming way more organized, and that's huge for me. So I want to give this to you of how to work on that inner self to continue to show up for you. After we had that self-care last week, we aren't going to be able to get through this holiday season without getting our air mask, or this airplane mask on. So here it is. Step 1. I want you to set your non-negotiables. Again, whether that's professionally, relationships, or prioritization, ensure that you know what they are. I want you to say no without apology. Step 2. I want you to say no without apology. People do it to me all the time. We do it to our kids all the time. Well, I definitely do. But I'll never forget one time Walker tried to cut his toes off with the scissors and cried because I said no for an hour, by the way. That was the weirdest conversation that I had to have with a 3-year-old, but saying no is necessary sometimes, because if you don't, people can get hurt. Step 3, prioritize your peace like it is your paid obligation. The way that I have been removing myself from the bullshit. If it's not for me, if it doesn't serve me, if it doesn't protect me, provide for me, it doesn't belong to me. No thanks. Step 4, surround yourself with people who respect your boundaries. Whether it's professionally or partnerships and friendships, the way that you really get respect is by giving it to yourself and by not allowing people to walk all over you, no matter who they are. If they're going to act that way, let them, but don't let them do it to you. Step 5, practice listening to your intuition. I can't describe to you how often that little voice inside of me was screaming, this is a pattern. This is not for you. This is dangerous. Get out. Get out. This is absolutely 100% needed for me, necessary for me. Step 6, speak up before your resentment builds. The amount of times that I talked about something that bothered me or didn't align with my truth or core values, then a relationship ended, I was grateful. I was absolutely grateful because it opened the door for something better, something more needed, necessary, and an opportunity to make my life better. Now, lastly, finally, we're going to get to our Monday mantra. This week, I choose me, unapologetically and without guilt. I want you to repeat that. Keep that with you. My tip of the week is when you feel torn. When you feel torn between being liked and respected, choose respect even from yourself. Like I said, When you start giving yourself respect, you never allow others to disrespect you. And being abusive to others or hateful and harmful to others to assert boundaries isn't respecting you, just so you know. Closing yourself off from the world and being cruel and not letting others in, that's not protecting yourself. That's actually harming you and meaningful connections that you could be building with those around you. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and continuing the journey with us. I know we talked about having to read out on this week, but unfortunately our schedules did not align. We had recorded for a whole hour and it's just some stuff had happened beyond our control. We needed to re-record, but she had some events, I had some events, and now we're entering into Thanksgiving. We're going to get that lined up. Don't worry. Now, I encourage you to please comment your own no more bullshit story. If you haven't already, please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. We are so thankful that you are still here with us. Happy Thanksgiving. We're thankful for you. Love you. And we'll see you next week. Bye.